Hey there everybody, this is Evan Rogers coming at you with Chad Cougars from the NHK Easy News article. I should probably close this. There we go. Chad Cougars are apparently a terrifying new caterpillar that make you itchy. Kayuku narimasu ne. This article is from 6/26. We are on the second paragraph. June 26th. Right now it's June 30th. This will probably be coming up in the next few days. So happy 4th of July probably. Hey, red, white, and blue. Get your crunk on with your beer and your sausages and whatever. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue. Oh, if you want to support me, I probably have a little thing I'm going to tack on at the end of the video. But just so you hear it, Patreon. $1 a month gets you all the stuff I make for all my students that I just throw up there. It's kind of random. Eventually I'm going to compile it all. PayPal for just a direct, hey dude, you're awesome, give me a tip. Buy the best pencil in the world, and I'm not joking, it's the smooth as butter pencil. Links below. I get like 46 cents if you do that. And Teespring, you can buy shirts. This isn't the shirt that I made. This is a shirt from some other guy that I like, but I got it off of Teespring. And this is the premium hoodie. I gotta admit, it feels awesome. So if you want to support me and get a really nice feeling hoodie, apparently Teespring makes a good premium hoodie. Anyway, sorry. 千葉市にある病院には4月頃から茶毒が原因で肌に発疹が出た人が32人来てます。Okay, ultimately the sentence just breaks down to this right here. 人が32人来てます。Notice really quickly, just they mentioned April, and right now it's almost July. So this kitemas almost has to be translated as have come or had come, maybe even. Notice there's no way this could possibly mean. We haven't done the translation yet, but I want you to notice that there's almost no possible way this can mean currently coming. I don't want to say what I'm about to say, but I want to make sure we understand that it doesn't mean what I'm about to say. It doesn't mean I'm coming. We'll just let that sit there for a while. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean that 32 people are coming. I'm going to get banned. All right, it doesn't mean that. It means they... There's no way to have this conversation and explain grammar without getting in trouble. It means that people have come or had to come. Okay, so who came? I'm a 4-year-old. All right, 14-year-old is more like it. I'm a schoolboy. Hito ga. Where's the height? There's the height. Oh man, my computer is really slow. Look, I'm clicking over here and it's not. Okay, there we go. Hito ga kitemasu. So remember, the ga particle, when it doesn't come directly after a clause, here it's just after a noun. We don't usually end our clauses in nouns. It can happen, but it's very uncommon. Usually we have a da or a no or a na or something like that. Anyway, hito ga, the ga there is subjectifying. Lady Gaga's butt subjectifies women. Hito ga 32 nin kitemasu. So we're saying that people had come or have come. And to what extent numbers, counters, are generally treated adverbially in Japanese. So to what extent have they come? They have come to the extent of 32 people. People ga 32 nin kitemasu. The nin here, just in case, I hope you know this by now, but nin is the counter for people. Hitori, futari, san nin, yon nin, go nin, and it just goes nins all the way down after hitori and futari. All right, so 32 people have come to a location. All right. However, before the word hito here, we have a deta, which is a verb. One of these days it'll let me highlight it. There we go. Deta is a verb, and verbs have subjects. Almost always. Not always, I think, especially in English. Okay, so let's find the subject. I'm seeing this, hashin, and that makes sense. The verb is deta, which we got done talking about as break out. Break out! Boom, 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 boom. Isn't there some funky song that says break out? Anyway, hashin ga deta. So the rash broke out. Okay? The rash broke out, and that is modifying hito. You can put a verb. You can put an entire sentence like this, hashin ga deta. You can put that entire sentence in front of hito. You can do this. In Japanese, you're allowed to do this. And we get these relative pronouns. Hito, so people who here we get a little bit of a strange thing with the transitivity and everything, but hashin ga deta means a rash broke out. And so we have to translate this as like people who have had a rash breakout. We kind of have to do that weird who have had, the have had thing. But notice how the past tense of Japanese encompasses have had. Have had broken out. Have had breaking out. People who have had a rash break out. That have had breakout feeling also appears in deta sometimes. So just be aware the past tense verb of Japanese isn't the past tense of English. It literally means it's done happening. Whatever the verb is, it's done. It happened and it's over. We're done. It's done. That's what their quote unquote past tense means. It's better described as a complete tense. It's a tense that is complete. Okay, anyway, rambling about verb tenses. It's important, but let's get on with the article. Hashin ga deta hito ga 32 nin kitemasu. So 32 people who have had these rashes. I'm just going to translate it as who have had these rashes. Really, it's who have had these rashes break out. Okay, so ni, on their skin, hara ni hashin ga deta hito. People have had it break out on their skin. Okay, so people have had these rashes break out on their skin, have come to a location. In case you're curious where they're coming to byoin ni wa. So byoin ni wa hito ga kitemasu. That is the actual sentence. So byoin ni wa hito ga kitemasu. 32 people have come to the hospital. What hospital are we talking about? Notice how we have chibashi ni aru. Again, verb going into a noun. Verb going into a noun. Verb going into a noun. So here it was people who have had the rash break out. And here it's a hospital that is in Chibashi, the city of Chiba. Chiba, there's Chiba City, and there's also Chiba, the prefecture. All right, Chibashi ni aru byoin ni wa hara ni, sorry, I'm having trouble highlighting. Hara ni hashin ga deta hito ga 32 nin kitemasu. There have been 32 people who have had the rash break out on their skin coming to this hospital in Chiba City. Okay, let's talk about when this is taking place. This is taking place 4月頃から. 4月頃から, so from around April. Since around April, there have been 32 people who've come in. And then this de. Let's remember that de is it's the ta form of des or da. Really, I should say da. That's the accurate thing. And da is a copula. So da basically means is. So let's just look at what this says. Chadoku. This is a clause. Chadokuga ga genin des. We're just going to treat it like that. Chadokuga ga genin da. Chadokuga ga genin des. Da des. For our purposes, it's the same thing. Okay, that's a sentence. We have a subject. Lady Gaga subjectifies, her butt subjectifies the Chadokuga. Genin des. And we have a part. We have a predicate. So it is something. The Chad Cougars are the genin. Genin means source or origin. So now we have to understand that that is a sentence. The Chad Cougars are the origin. However, it's a clause because the da is a de, and then it goes into this. So these hashins, where are they coming from? What is their origin? Their origin is the Chad Cougars are the origin, if that makes sense. Chad Cougar ga genin de hara ni hashin ga deta hito 30 nin kitemasu. Again, we could treat this as it's the te form of da, However, now let's think about it like it's the de particle by means of. By means of. The idea of like eating your ramen soup with a fork. Fork de taberu. Eating with something. If we think about it like that, by what means did this rash break out? It broke out by means of the Chad Cougar being the source. Hopefully you can see how being and by means of, there's a connection there. I wouldn't doubt it if that via the eating with a fork de comes from des in some way, shape, or form, or da, or whatever it would be. Anyway, the entire sentence. Chiba-shi ni aru byoin ni wa, to a hospital in Chiba at the very least, Chiba City at the very least, a hospital that is in Chiba. So to a hospital that is in Chiba City, 32 people have come. And these people are described as having had a rash breakout on their skin, whose origin is the COUGARS, and they have come in since around April. So about 32 people have come in to a hospital that's located in Chiba since around April, who have had a rash breakout whose origin is the Chad Cougar. That is a hell of a sentence. Let's count the clauses. This is a clause 1. This is a clause 2. This is a clause 3. And we could argue that this is a clause 4. And this clause here, hito ga kitemasu, is being modified by stuff that's way before it. So I just want to point out, the verb kitemasu might be down here, but all of the stuff that's relevant to kitemasu is up here. And then all of this junk down here that I've highlighted right now is simply modifying who is coming in. So that's Japanese grammar for you. This is actually one heck of a sentence. I hope you followed how that works. Let's move on. Kyonen no 4 bai ni fuetemasu. So this is an interesting grammar. We have fuetemasu, has increased. Is currently increasing up to a point. The ni particle. Notice how we have the idea of a point with ni. We go to the school. The school is a point that we go to. At a time, it's a point. I like when I'm teaching the ni particle for these few usages. I like to always point to my knee. It's like, look, it makes a point if you bend it. How do you like my sexy knee? I'm very hairy. I'm very hairy except where it counts. So this is a point. Fuetemasu. It's increasing to 4 bai. 4 bai. This bai counter is how we count multiples. So 4 times. 4x. We do this in English. X. So kyonen no 4 bai. So last year's 4x ni fuetemasu. So it's increasing to 4-fold of last year. So last year's numbers, it is increasing to the point of being 4-fold, 4x, 4 times. So the grammar doesn't quite reflect the English translation very well. But if you think of 4x as a noun, and you treat kyonen as the noun that's modifying the noun, so 4x of last year, so 4 times of last year, last year's 4 times, to that point, fuetemasu, it is increasing. It's increasing up to 4-fold of last year. I like that. 4-fold of last year. 4-fold of last year. I think, and we see of with the no particle a lot when we're translating. So, boku no computer. It's my computer, but we can also say it's the computer of Evan. It's a computer of me. Anyway, I think in English we normally say like it's 4-fold from what it was last year, something like that. Anyway, let's keep on trucking. I think I explained that well. Chiba-ken de wa, at least in Chiba-ken, hoka no tokoro de mo 5月から公園や道の木にたくさんのチャドクが見つかったため取りました。All right. This torimashita, I wonder if this is actually the best verb choice. I was reading this earlier. Okay, so torimashita means to take something. Here, I think the best translation is uproot or take out. So they're taking out. What are they taking out? They're taking out. I believe what they're trying to say is they're taking out the trees, but the grammar is a little bit vague here. So let's start from the beginning. Chiba ken de wa, at least in Chiba, hoka no tokoro demo, even in other locations, hoka no other noun, other locations, places, hoka no tokoro demo, even in other locations, gogatsu kara from, was it May? From May? January, February, March, April, yeah, May. Koen ya michi no ki ni. Okay, so koen ya michi. We have a noun, ya noun. This is just saying a noun and other places like michis. So koen, places like parks and streets, okay? So the ya operates like the word and, but we're making an incomplete list. There's more things in this series. We're only mentioning koen and we're only mentioning michi, but there's other stuff too. So koen ya michi no ki. So this is the trees of, or maybe on streets and in parks. Notice how we would say in a park and on a street, whereas they're just using the no particle. So it's koen no keys, and it's also michi no keys. So koen and michi are both modifying ki with the no particle. So park trees and street trees on the streets and trees in parks, ni, at that location, takusan no charukuga ga mitsukatta. All right, so mitsukatta is an intransitive verb, and it means X was discovered. X has been found. X was found. What was found? Charukuga ga mitsukatta. Chad cougars were found. Chad cougars have been discovered, maybe be discovered. Takusan no chad cougar ga mitsukatta. So many Chad cougars were discovered in trees, on streets, and in parks since May. Even other, at least in Chiba-ken and other places as well. I think what they're trying to, this hoka no tokoro demo, I think is in contrast to Chiba-shi. Because it's saying in Chiba-ken, at least, other places as well since May, they've been discovered in trees that are in parks and on roads. And then, okay, so the tame here at the end of all that is saying because of this, or due to all that, due to a whole bunch of Chad cougars being discovered in trees that are on streets and on parks since May, in other places as well throughout Chiba, torimashita. Something has been taken. And that's the issue. Somewhere along the way, we have to decide what has been taken. And I think the best explanation is the trees have been taken, right? They keep talking about how they're found in trees. And so we kind of have to make a small leap of faith, right? Torimashita, the word tree is in no way, shape, or form the object of any part of the sentence. And it's actually just barely being mentioned as a location for where these Chad cougars are being found. At least in Chiba Prefecture and other places as well, not just Chiba-shi. Since May, many of these Chad cougars have been found in trees that are on streets and in parks. Somebody has taken them. And I think they're saying they've taken down the trees. They've removed the trees. Torimashita. They took the trees. All right, hopefully that helps. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, ask below. Peace out. Have a great day. Peace out. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you like, subscribe, and share this video to everybody you know and yell at them repeatedly until they subscribe as well. If you'd like to support me even more, head on over to patreon.com, where for just $1 a month, 3 cents a day, that's it, it's darn near free, you can help me financially keep these videos coming. And as a reward for your Patreon donations, you get access to all of the miscellaneous things that I produce to help out my own students who I teach in person, and also just things that I make for myself. And if you want a little bit more bang for your buck, head on over to Teespring, where you can get lots of fun clothing, mugs, stickers, cell phone cases, all that I've designed. More designs to come. I hope you have yourself a happy dappy day. Peace out.